It's Mark.
Okay, this is gonna be tricky.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Three Shelf Podcast with guest Liam Ahern, Justin Kelly, and Noah Westby. Timestamps in the description if you want to skip to a specific movie.
I'm joined with...
I'm Liam.
And I'm Justin Kelly.
This is part 3 in the trilogy of this podcast so far. Let's try and make it more like Return of the King and less like Rise of Skywalker. Deal?
Deal.
I don't know, Justin, I don't know if you've seen those movies. I've definitely seen both of them, and I can tell you right now, no. If you're putting out a podcast that's like Rise of Skywalker, stop recording the podcast.
Rise of Skywalker is like, from an average Star Wars fan, it's the only Star Wars
I hate
didn't
the
see
movie. Yeah.
twice. You know, I went back to the theater and say I didn't do that with the Rise of Skywalker.
I subjected myself to 3 viewings of that.
You saw that 3 times?
Yeah. Have you seen the new Halloween Ends?
No.
Do you care if it's spoiled?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, so Rise of Skywalker is very similar to that movie because that movie builds up. You know, have you seen the second one in the trilogy, the new trilogy? Or no?
I haven't seen any of them.
Okay, so like basically Michael Myers returns and he kills people, and that's basically like a remake of the first one, right?
Mhm.
So that's basically Force Awakens. And then the next one happens right after the first one, Last Jedi. There's some crazy themes about mob mentality and shit like that, and people really didn't like it. So they course corrected and they did Halloween Ends, which is a complete like you can clearly tell that they didn't like plan out the trilogy like that. And I don't know. I hope this doesn't become a trend in like Hollywood of like poorly planned out trilogies.
Well, who was it? All the same director
Yeah,
for all 3.
yeah. That's what made it even weirder. But they added on writers too and shit like that.
But the first one, like that was people considered it like a really, really good Halloween movie.
Yeah, like
I've
Force
seen-
Awakens, like it was well received. You know,
I mean, Force Awakens was well
people
received.
people
It was
like
well
people like
received.
Force Awakens. If you ask a normal person on the street like about Force Awakens, I think generally they would like it. You know,
just
they would say it was good. I think it's good.
The newness of it was good.
Yeah, it's kind of
seeing Star
nostalgic
Wars.
looking back on it too. Like
It is
looking back,
nostalgic.
you know, I can't believe it's been like 7 years since that movie. It's crazy.
But that was 2015, right?
Yeah, Jesus.
For a second on Force Awakens compared to like this new Halloween movie,
Mm-hmm.
or to the trilogy of Halloween
Yeah.
movies. I know for the first one, like a lot of old Halloween fans, they said they actually liked the first one in this. Now I don't know anything about it. I just searched up some of the kills and they look pretty good. Like obviously it's gonna be good because it's a modern film. But as far as like the story goes, I know this last one was panned. The most recent. I don't know any. Like,
You know who
can
liked
spoil
it? Nero liked it.
Justin liked it.
Justin liked it. There's this. The main story has nothing to do with Michael Myers. That's probably why they didn't
In
like
this
it.
last one.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know why.
That's
It has-
what they chose to write.
They chose to follow this kid who accidentally killed a kid on Halloween, and now he's like constantly ridiculed in the town, and it shows him like it's kind of like the remake. It kind of reminds me of the remake of the Rob Zombie remake. It's kind of like that, but like a different character, and he's getting bullied and shit like that. And he goes down to the sewer where Michael Myers is.
In the
And
sewer.
yes, and it's weird. He transports this evil onto him.
That's
Laurie Strode has like a granddaughter, and he has a relationship with Laurie's granddaughter, and Laurie's like starts like getting suspicious about this kid and everything like that, and like it turns into Drive a little bit. He has her on the motorcycle. He has like a jacket. He works at like a
Michael Myers.
no, this kid,
Oh,
and he starts killing people too, and it was so over the top, and it did not feel like Halloween. I kind of enjoyed it, like just for like the campiness of it,
Yeah.
but it didn't fit. It clearly didn't fit, and as a conclusion to like the Halloween series or trilogy or whatever, it doesn't add up to anything too. He kills himself. Michael Myers returns, fights Laurie. Laurie beats him, stabs him, puts him on top of a car, and puts him in like a meat grinder, or like one of those car things, one of those destroy car things.
Like
Like a car destroyer, the car. You know, I don't know what
in
you would
Breaking
call
Bad when like the RV gets destroyed,
it.
something like that.
Yeah, something like that, or like yeah, like something that like
Sorry, Justin. Spoilers. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad, Justin.
yeah. So his body gets like mushed up into meat, and it's pretty much over for him, at least in this timeline.
Does Lori die?
No, she
Laurie doesn't
lives
die.
happy, and I kind of like that. I like that. That's one thing I liked. But she was barely in it too. She was like borderline supporting character.
Really?
I feel like this main kid was the main character, and it was weird because they just kill him off. He kills himself. That's
That
how
should
it
have.
ends.
See, like for a third movie, this. I
It's
understand.
like they introduced the Palpatine.
Yeah,
He's
I
like
was
the
just about to
Palpatine
say.
of that.
I
Yeah.
was just about to say, if you're gonna introduce new ideas in the third movie of a trilogy, I
Yeah,
mean,
nah.
forget the movie trilogy. How many Halloween movies are there? And I get like continuity's a little messed up.
Mhm.
You know, it's all like fucked at certain parts in the Halloween series.
Yeah.
But like Star Wars is very straightforward. Well, most of it. But like the films are straightforward, and you can like follow a timeline. Like Anakin's born, he turns bad. That and then you get the original trilogy. But then after that, it just kind of feels like there was a clear
They're making it up as they go.
there was a clear
you know?
direction going into 7. In my opinion, I think 8 took the parts of 7 that were interesting and it made them
I
better.
like The Last Jedi.
We're not going to talk about. I'm not talking about The Last Jedi. It's
But
forget
I'm
The Last
just saying.
Jedi.
Then what are you referring to when you
I'm
said
referring
that?
to the Rise of Skywalker, where it just
Oh,
added in.
okay.
It adds
okay.
in stuff that's unnecessary, and
I
it's
thought you were talking about
garbage.
Last Jedi. Okay, yeah,
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah. I totally agree with that, and that's kind of like how I felt when I was watching like Halloween Ends. It kind of just felt like a weird last minute conclusion to like something that's big. This is like a big franchise. You know.
Is this the last one they're making in general?
Apparently, but
Whoa,
I doubt that. I doubt that. I heard something about like a series on Peacock. Everything has like a streaming series, so
That's
whatever.
Stupid. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's like turning. Well, they did turn Star Wars into all series.
Yeah, dude. Have you seen any of them?
I didn't see Boba Fett. I didn't see.
Obi-Wan kind of depressed me, man. It like
Depressed you? You didn't like it?
I did not like it. It kind of ruined like the whole Anakin
Wow.
Obi-Wan relationship for me, and they treat it like I don't know. It shows that like Disney treats like Star Wars like nothing. Like it's so cheap looking. It looks so bad. Like you can put some money and put some time into it. They're rushing these shows because they want to like have all these like subscriptions and shit like that. I get that, but like it takes time to build like a library that's actually worth watching. None of these Star Wars shows, in my opinion, are worth watching. I heard Andor is good, but I'm not even like I'm not even gonna. I got burned too much. I'm not even gonna try it.
I enjoyed The Mandalorian both seasons. The second season knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Other than that, I was excited for Book of Boba Fett. I didn't end up watching it because I heard kind of mixed reviews about it. In general, though,
I was curious because of Robert Rodriguez, but go on.
well, I mean, I heard in general it's like okay,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of hype around the Obi-Wan series. And I got to tell you, I like the Obi-Wan series. I thought there was some parts that were really, really good, but like most Disney products, it's kind of like you have good parts, and then there's just parts that are just so stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't understand why
It
these
should've been a
episodes.
movie.
It 100%.
I
It should have been a
I saw
movie.
there was like a fan thing where someone edited it into a movie. I'm like, that sounds like what it should have been.
It's similar to all the Marvel series too. I feel like it's just
Right.
oversaturated.
Have you seen any of the Marvel series?
No, I haven't seen anything.
WandaVision is the only thing worth your time, honestly.
People did say WandaVision is good.
Everything else is like pretty mediocre.
I have no interest in seeing anything Marvel, even the new Wakanda Forever.
I'm kind of interested in that.
The Rihanna song. You hear the Rihanna song for it?
No, is it?
It's actually good.
Okay.
But besides that, though, I have no interest in it.
I'm kind of interested. I heard Doctor Doom might show up. Like I don't know. I'm kind of like over this whole like superhero shit, to be honest with you. But some things, there's some characters and some like projects like in the future with Marvel and like even DC that I'm kind of like interested in. And what
Aren't they doing Shazam
is
too?
like one of those. Yeah, I like the first Shazam. I'm kind of interested in that. That's one of the examples. But like, I don't know. Like, there's so much like Marvel shit, like Secret Invasion. Like, who gives a fuck
don't care
about
about any of
that? There's like there's a witch in that's the villain in like WandaVision, and she's getting her own spin-off. It's crazy. It's all these spin-offs. It's kind of redundant, but
I don't want to put the time and effort into watching all these series just to get.
They're
like,
so
nothing out of it.
they're filler, man. It's just filler
Yeah.
shit. The movie, and like they made it clear that like some shit is more important to watch than others. I feel like as far as this Phase 4 shit goes,
WandaVision seems like, I mean, say
everything.
what you want about She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I don't think She-Hulk is
No.
up there on the priority list.
No, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, I doubt is gonna be anything. Although she's like a mutant. They brought mutants into and she's like officially like a mutant. So it was like Namor and like the Wakanda thing. But we're talking way too much about this. Let's get to the movies.
I think I've come up with something.
That looks good. That looks really good.
Site got 2,200 hits within 2 hours.
22,000. Wow.
This is our time.
Welcome to Facebook.
The Social Network, rated PG-13.
So the first movie you picked on the shelf is The Social Network.
The Social Network.
Why'd you pick The Social Network?
Because The Social Network is a fucking good movie. And I want to hear your opinion on it.
Okay.
So go ahead, spill
Okay.
your opinion
Yeah,
on
okay.
it right now.
I should say that I have a lot to say. And you don't know my opinion on it. You showed me this. Honestly, the perfect setting. I was a freshman in college. We watched it in a college dorm room on a like 40-inch 32-inch screen. So like, you know,
On an Xbox One streaming service.
yeah.
That
so it
screen
was
right there.
it's the college vibe.
Yes, that screen right
that's
there.
the TV right there.
That is
A
a Vizio.
So you showed me it. I liked it. I said it was well written, right? I said all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, I've watched it 4 times.
Okay.
This is the best movie
Okay.
to come out in the decade. This is the best movie of the decade, in my opinion. It blew me away when I watched it again after
all right,
COVID, after
okay.
all the internet age shit. Go on. I have too much to say about this, but like, what is your general thoughts
All
on,
right.
on
So
this?
first off, you're welcome for me showing it to you and hyping it up.
I was gonna see it anyway. It's a popular movie. Come on now.
First off, the first time I saw this movie, my brother showed it to me, and I remember specifically at the end of the movie, it plays "Baby, You're a Rich Man" by the
Right.
Beatles, and I was like, I didn't remember. I was a kid, so I didn't care about all the whole movie is dialogue scenes. So
Right.
of course, as a kid, I wasn't going to be so interested into it.
Mm-hmm.
However, growing up in the age of social media, it's fucking poignant. It has something to say about like social media, like Facebook and eventually Instagram, and now you have the stupid what is it, the stupid metaverse.
Oh,
All of that was started
Yeah.
by a guy who didn't get bitches.
we're all motivated by something.
We are all motivated by something. You're gonna get into like, you know, I guess you're gonna like the technical aspects of it, of why it's good. It is Justin, you can say this because we talked about this after you watched it.
Yeah.
It makes you think. After watching it, we sat down. This was last year, right? Almost like a couple weeks after that, I was like, Justin, let's sit down and watch Social Network, and we did. And I was shocked because normally Justin doesn't sit down and watch movies like intently.
Yeah.
Watch the whole thing,
It's so
and he had something to
entertaining.
say.
It's so
it's
entertaining.
all it
It's
is.
like a movie about like
People talking in a room. It's just a
and
ton
you
of
know where
people
it goes.
talking in a
You
room.
know where it goes. You know exactly what's gonna happen. But as we go farther and farther in time, I think people know less and less about Mark Zuckerberg and how he started Facebook. So
Yeah.
this might be like a movie that they show in like classes in school and shit like that to
I think
show
they already
like
do, Ethan.
They really do? Okay, I you know, that's fair enough because it's contemporary and it's also like very modern and accessible and it's only 12 years old. Like I feel like it's only going to get better by time, you know.
Yeah.
Even when it came out though, people were saying it was a really good movie, and
Oscar buzz, right? Like,
Yeah.
Didn't it get best screenplay
I
or
don't
something like
I don't
that?
know, I don't have the awards
look it
for
up.
it, but I know for a fact that like I could tell you like the poster is just it's the picture of Jesse Eisenberg or
With
whatever.
is it with his eyes blurred out? Or
Yeah.
is it- yeah.
Yeah, and then it's
So
just
good.
the Social Network, and then below it just had like the 5 stars. Like my brother, who he's not interested in movies,
Mhm.
I remember him getting the DVD for it, which also had the same cover, and he watched it all the time. Now he was going into college, and he's also like, you know, the perfect age to where he remembers, like he was there when Facebook was, you know, made,
Yeah.
and he remembers like when it blew up. We were only
Around what
3.
time was that? Like
Well, the movie takes place in 2003 and
2000,
2004. That's when he actually made it. And then it blew up over the course of like 2004, 2005, 2006.
Mhm.
And my brother remembers, I remember asking my mom to get a Facebook account. I was like, can I get a Facebook account? Because you had to be 13. And she was like,
Right.
really, really, you know, all about that. But my brother had a Facebook account, and he was like, you know what, this movie was like really, really good. I didn't care at the time, but looking back on it and watching it over and over, I mean, I've watched this like 100 times.
Yeah,
I
dude,
watched
like,
this. I throw this movie on
it,
in the background.
it each individual moment is cool to watch in isolation too. You know, I feel like that's what makes a good background movie.
The flip flops, the flip flop line, that entire scene. I've watched that scene probably. I don't even know how many times I've watched that scene.
Sorry, my Prada's at the cleaners, along with my hoodie and my fuck you flip-flops, you pretentious douchebag.
Security's here. You'll be leaving now?
It's just such like I could quote lines from the movie, and it's just like the whole movie is just dialogue, but at the same time, every single scene, the way it sets it up and then delivers, like, and I also too, I mean, just like the writing of it, Aaron Sorkin, it jumps back and forth in time, but yet it feels like it's just automatic.
The transitions into like the courtroom scenes and shit like that.
There's no part of it like, well, maybe like the first time you watch it, if you don't
It's jarring, but like
if you don't know where it's
get it,
going, it might be confusing.
Yeah.
But it's in general, it's very easy to follow for as much dialogue as in the, it's only dialogue that's in the movie. And other movies, I'll get confused when it jumps.
There's
back
some
and forth.
montages and stuff like that that are like that.
The rowing montage. That's like, dude, that's like legendary.
It's such a weird addition too. It's like, why? But like it's perfect. It's like it's right at their like.
It's like
worst.
it's the start
like
of the third act.
Yeah, they lost their match, and now like Facebook is officially like international shit. You know.
The Winklevi got pissed.
By the way, like, I forget which one, but like, what an idiot! You don't think like you would sue him almost immediately if he doesn't respond to your emails? I'm cutting him off immediately.
He had to be a gentleman of Harvard.
It's not in the rule book.
I also like the scene where they meet the dean, and he just totally makes fun of them because they're just pricks.
Yeah,
it's like the guy
they're
says,
entitled. Yeah.
Well, not only that's one of the big things the movie has to say, where it's like Facebook is just like a big entitlement program. Like all these college kids are, let me show off, where I go and if I'm single or not.
Status symbol, stuff like that. Which I feel like that's kind of what happens when you go to college. I feel like that matters more, even like going into high school. Like out of high school, that like where you work, how much money you make, are you single? That's like kind of like what people are the most interested in, and I think that's what, like, I don't know, that's what kind of like Mark Zuckerberg, the character, is trying to figure out when he's like making Facebook. I'll
say this, it mattered a lot. I think as far as like all of that goes with college age students, that mattered much more back in 2004, 2005, 2003. However, because we grew up in the age of social media,
that matters.
It matters a lot more for like middle school and high school now, because I feel like in college it narrows down. So it's not like you need to have a Facebook with 150 friends. It doesn't matter, because no matter what, like, you can have any interest you want, but you'll still find a group in college, which is something that the film, it may not be like one of the main ideas, but something that I took away from it was you can be in whatever group that you want. But social media has its way of still not only connecting everybody, but the negative side of that is you're exposed to a ton of different stuff, and it could be negative or positive stuff. I don't need to go into how social media affects the whole world today.
Do you think the
Donald
last
Trump's
shot?
tweets.
Do you think the last shot, like, is that like the statement on like the power of like what you say on social media and stuff like that?
I think,
or like,
yes,
how it connects to the beginning. Yes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, because the whole thing is that he did all this stuff. He created a platform for connecting with people, yet the one person he really wanted to connect to, it didn't matter over a screen. He still wasn't connecting with that person. You could be friends with someone online. It could say that you're friends. It doesn't matter in the end.
She has some dingers too. She has some good lines, especially in the second conversation when they meet her at the bar.
You write your snide bullshit from a dark room, because that's what the angry do nowadays.
The opening scene too is like one of the most, like,
one of the best opening scenes in any movie. Mark my words.
I think it is too. It immediately like tells you what type of man Mark Zuckerberg is.
It introduces you to,
and it's a great performance by Mark, what's his name? Jesse Eisenberg, by the way. Yeah.
It not only does it set up one, it sets up the type of fast-paced dialogue that's going to be this movie.
Mhm.
But two, it also set like right away, this guy's a dick. This guy is a prick. Now, whether or not that's accurate to real life, that was a big thing when this movie came out. By the way, was whether or not it was true. But despite whether or not it is like exactly to the point of what really happened,
I feel like
it opened up conversation about it. That's why it's important.
Exactly.
And notice how, just how you said before, we're still talking about this 12 years after it came out, and arguably it's more important now than it was 12 years ago.
It's a good metaphor, like of just like the devilish roots of social media and all the habits that come about it.
It also shows that like there's these moguls that can use social media, and they'll get crowds of people just to stand behind them, and they don't actually know who that person is. A la Kanye West, Donald Trump,
constantly being used.
Elon Musk.
I see the worst in people, Henry. I don't need to look past seeing them to get all I need.
The only movie I can compare this movie to relatively recently, that's like within the last 25 years, is There Will Be Blood, and how it follows someone who's like a complete like narcissist, and how he rises up in America, and how he uses people and stomps on people. Daniel Day-Lewis and his son that scene with them together is very similar to the scene with Andrew Garfield, and he's flipping out when he portrays him at the
100.
It was 1 million member party.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even like think of comparing the two movies, but shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it more, that's the last scene, not the last scene, but one of the last scenes when it transitions to 1925 in There Will Be Blood. It's like very similar to where his son was a huge part of the Daniel Plainview. It was a huge part of his success.
Exactly.
And Eduardo Saverin in The Social Network, who Andrew Garfield killed. I thought Andrew Garfield was the best part of the film.
I think it's the best before. Oh, but Jesse Eisenberg is really good.
All right. Jesse Eisenberg,
really,
obviously.
I think I have to give it to Jesse Eisenberg.
But then again, though, like Eduardo, the whole
I don't know how
time,
Eduardo is in real life, so it's hard to tell.
I don't think anyone does. He's really private.
Yeah.
But just to say something about Andrew Garfield in it.
Yeah.
He, throughout every single scene in the movie, especially the scene where he flies out to California and he knocks on the door, and he's just like, I felt so bad for him because like you knew even though like we all know the story of Facebook, like we all might know it before going into the movie, it's still gripping to watch it like actually unfold.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, that scene in particular, that pissed me the fuck off because I was like, dude, Mark Zuckerberg, total dick to his friends, his closest friends. And like he got so wrapped
up. Oh my god,
up.
he got so mad when he found out about the him joining the frat, or him getting accepted.
Him getting
Russian,
accepted into the Phoenix.
Yeah,
he
Jesus
got punched.
Christ. When he and then when he got like got in again, when he got into the second round.
He made the second cut.
I made the second cut. That's good. You should be proud of that right there. Don't worry if you don't make it any further.
Like, what a shitty thing to say to someone. I don't know. I guess he's just so caught up in his own shit, and he's so selfish, and he basically used them as like a money like pig, you know.
Mark Zuckerberg, at least in the movie, because again we don't know real life, but in the movie he's just like a hawk. He's just like he's very manipulative,
right?
And he only really cares.
And I think
about
he doesn't realize it too. That's what makes it crazy too.
You don't think he realizes it?
I'll give an example when he's telling in the first scene when he's doing the date and he's saying all this like low-key demeaning shit to her, like she said, you
don't need to study, you go to BU.
Yeah, you need to study, I can show you to all these people. Like he has to feel like he's the one that has to show her to like all these people, and he doesn't realize he's a dick. And then when she says I'm leaving, he thinks he's joking. He thinks that she's joking.
It's a simulation.
Yeah, he thinks that like how could this woman say this to me? I'm not being a dick right now. Like I feel like he honestly doesn't realize.
I'm going back to my dorm.
Wait, is this real?
Yes.
Okay, then wait, I apologize, okay?
I have to go study.
Sometimes he doesn't realize that.
He doesn't realize that like how like selfish he's being.
And I get fine, I get that. That was a good example in the first part of the movie.
Yeah.
However, throughout the film, I feel like he does know he's in I would, in fact, actually, I would use
Yes.
I would use the exact same scene that we were just talking about in the courtroom.
Mhm.
I would use that as an example of why he does realize that he's being a dick.
Oh,
Now,
no. I do realize he's being a dick at that moment. I feel like at that moment that's when he's starting to reflect on like what he's done as like
So you think that he realizes that, oh, he has been being a dick?
yeah, and I think that moment when he's looking at the rain is like when him reflecting on like
Okay.
on him like shit, I actually hurt these people and now I have to like pay up, but like he knows in the end he'll be fine, but like he's really, I don't know, I feel like he realizes at that moment he's like hurting these people.
I
shows
think-
the power of money in the situation too.
I was
like,
actually,
Yeah.
he realizes that being the way he is making it money. So
Mhm.
why would he back down? He knows
Exactly.
It
And
shows
I
a
feel
lot
like
about
money,
his
like to
character.
him, is like just like assets, just resources to suck up into his company.
but I'm
that he's
thinking,
building.
but the other side of that though is that he's making all this money, yet he's still not happy. It doesn't.
That's very true.
Not only is he not happy, but he also at the end. I
He's-
think
he
your
never
point.
he never gains happiness in
Your
the whole
point
movie.
is like it's a valid point. However, I think like
Mhm.
I think that realization. I don't think it comes during that like scene where he's like looking out the window at the rain. I think it comes at the very end of the movie
when he looks up the girl.
when he looks up because he asked the girl. He's like, "Am I an asshole?"
Right.
And then the lawyer says, like the junior lawyer says, "You're not an asshole. You're just trying so hard to be." That's why I think for the whole movie, he wants to be the dick. He wants to
Wow.
be the heel in in
I
the
f- it-
world.
Yeah, and I feel like he's like the casting of Jesse Eisenberg. He's not like a big man. He's not like, and I feel like he has like a little man, like a Napoleon complex. At least the character of Mark Zuckerberg a little bit, and especially I feel like the Winklevosses are like the exact opposite of
That's
that.
the point. Dude, he's like do you guys row? But it's because he realizes that okay, I'm not physically intimidating at all. I'm not
Right.
attractive.
Uh-huh.
But the one thing he has is
Black pill.
intelligence. He has intelligence, and
Yeah.
he also he's witty, and he's a dick.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he put that like I'm
realizes he
I'm
knows-
CEO bitch.
He
Like,
knows
just
he's the
that
smartest
alone.
one in the room. He knows that he's the smartest one in the room, and he wants everyone else to know it too.
He wants everyone else to know it, but he also wants the recognition of everybody else knowing it. So he wants people to realize like, okay, look, they might be rowing crew in the Olympics,
Yeah.
but they didn't create a multi-billion-dollar
Yeah, I will be
social media platform.
I will be remembered in the end. You're just sixth place in some rowing Olympic competition.
I think if your clients want to sit on my shoulders and call themselves tall, they have a right to give it a try, but there's no requirement that I enjoy sitting here listening to people lie. You have part of my attention. You have the minimum amount. The rest of my attention is back at the offices of Facebook, where my colleagues and I are doing things that no one in this room, including and especially your clients, are intellectually or creatively capable of doing. Did I adequately answer your condescending question?
I
Yeah.
searched up. I read the book that like is based, or I read the book that the movie is based off of,
Mhm.
and I will say there's a lot more that the movie doesn't go into, but it makes sense because like
Yeah.
it's written to be entertaining.
Yeah.
But I think a part of it is even though the movie does a really good job of showing how much of a dick Mark Zuckerberg was,
Mhm.
there's a lot. It's a lot more nuanced, like in real life, and that's with anything because the movies
Yeah.
have to be dumbed down. It's not going to go into every single major detail.
Mhm.
However,
You usually have to fill in the blanks.
yeah.
You know.
However, one thing that I think the movie, like, if there's anything that it could have improved on, I think maybe showing more of other people's sides on the story of Facebook. Because look, like
Yeah.
Eduardo, it obviously the main focus is Jesse Eisenberg as
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg. I get that, but like, I do want to know, like, the Winklevoss twins
You know
have.
what's interesting is like you see most of it from like Mark Zuckerberg's perspective. You never
see
see
all
it.
of it from Mark Zuckerberg's perspective. the
You
whole
see a
thing.
little bit of a like, yeah. You honestly, yeah, because I was gonna bring up the Eduardo scene where like his girlfriend burns thing, but like he's on the
Okay.
phone
He's
with
on the
Dark.
phone.
He's on the phone with Mark, so
Yeah.
it's still kind of part of him. That's really like you never see like Eduardo do the work, and it's kind of like hard to like looking at it from Mark's perspective. You're like so angry at Eduardo for like just taking this deal and like letting this man take advantage of him, and like it makes it so obvious from our perspective, but like from Eduardo's perspective, I don't know. Like, it might have been like a surprise to him, genuinely. But like, I don't know. How could he not tell he's a dick?
I think I think he realizes it over the course of the film. That's the point. But the very end, it'll come as a shock to anybody when you get screwed out of your own company. It's first off a really shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
But the other part of that is they were friends. Like that they were best friends at one point. True. And even before Facebook and even before everything else, Mark Zuckerberg was pissed off that his friend was more socially successful than him, because getting punched by the Phoenix was that was the big part of the movie. It was a huge part of the movie. And Mark was upset that he couldn't get into that club. The whole thing about like the college scenes in particular, the whole movie's great. But the part that I really, really like the first half of the movie a lot, because when, just going to Montclair, there aren't really a lot of frats, and it's, Montclair has its own issues. But the point is that when watching this movie, it makes me realize it's like, you know what, maybe doing your own thing and not being a frat, that's totally fine. It should be acceptable. To people like Mark Zuckerberg, it wasn't. Social status was everything.
Seeing like the end, and he was like, the creator of Facebook couldn't even get like the girl he liked to friend him back. Like that, being someone, like just experiencing all the social media and stuff, it's so funny to me, so ironic that the creator is the down bad one in this situation. But it just shows, I just think it's so shocking, like you guys were saying, he never gets what he wanted. I mean, that's his attitude even beyond the movie, because he bought out Instagram, and Instagram did all this stuff to copy other social media things. Like, he just is social media, and he owns the whole thing.
You're too big to fail,
Yeah, and I think, seeing that movie, you see his motivation, like, behind his whole growth process, and it was shocking to me seeing that movie after, being
a member of social media.
Being in existence with all the social media, and now the metaverse, he wants to create, his own society. It seems like a functioning society where, things could happen, and you can, I don't know, it's unfathomable. And it just all started with him as a young kid trying to do whatever, and
trying to rate girls for their hotness.
That's what was just crazy to me.
I mean, if you want to talk about just the movie focuses a lot on the role of women in social media. The first part of it, would you rather date this girl, or would you rather choose this girl or that girl? And social media, I mean, this is something
like the first version of Facebook was just like Tinder, like an early version of like is this girl hot or is this girl hot?
This is what drives life in college. Are you having sex or aren't you? It's why people take certain classes and sit where they sit and do what they do when at some center, that's what the Facebook is going to be about. People are going to log on because after all the cake and watermelon, there's a chance they're actually going to get laid, meet a girl. Yes.
Objectifying women in the most superficial way.
You're marketing yourself. That's what social media is for. You market yourself, and Mark Zuckerberg, even as the creator of the place to market yourself, he still couldn't market himself to get bitches.
Yeah.
Just close the door.
No, you're good.
No, your coughs are now solidified on this podcast.
You got anything to say about the Social Network? Any notes about the Social Network, Noah?
You ever see it?
Yeah.
Should I just take here?
Yeah.
I've never actually seen the full movie. I've seen clips. I've seen the one clip where Andrew Garfield comes back and he's all pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, you can curse.
I know that Justin Timberlake's like a cunt in the movie. I know he kind of just plays like he's almost like the one kid in the Polar Express. The kid with the yellow shirt.
The glasses
kid?
Yeah.
That's what he reminds me of when he's in that movie. Because he just seems like he's always like...
He has an act for being like shitty characters in movies. Have you seen... No, he's not a shitty character in this movie, but he's annoying.
He's a great
character.
But
he's a dick.
Have you seen Shrek the Third? Do you know the
yeah.
You know the prince?
Oh yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
That's he's so annoying.
Okay.
Asshole.
All right. Yeah. Nice fucking stretch. Shrek 3 to the Social Network. That was good. I'm giving you credit.
What do you... They're the
Yes,
same movie. What are you talking
the
about?
Polar
Shrek
the
makes
Polar
Facebook in that
Express
movie.
Yeah,
connection.
you brought up Polar Express. I can
Hey,
bring up Shrek 3.
Bro, it's animation.
Hey, Polar Express 2004.
I-
Facebook 2004.
I hate social media, so
There we go.
I think
What do you got to say to Mark Zuckerberg? He's probably listening right now.
if he's listening, I hope you never get the Zuck ever again.
Never gets the Zuck.
I
He
think the
didn't-
first thing I said after that movie was like, it really made me hate Mark Zuckerberg. Like it was almost like a defamation piece on him.
Yeah.
Like,
That was, and I don't, correct me if I'm wrong. He might
gotta-
have, I think he sued or
Really?
something. I think he sued over like defamation. I might be wrong, but I know he was definitely upset about like how it's
Yeah, I
portrayed.
don't see like this is definitely doesn't show him in a positive light. So
kind of
not-
crazy
no,
because
you can't be
like
happy
you
about
have to get permission to like
I
beforehand
don't
to do
yeah,
that. So
I'm glad that they didn't because this is a brilliant movie and
Brilliant.
I don't know. I'm more inclined to believe it's truer than not.
Mhm.
They definitely took creative liberties. Even after
Yeah.
just reading the book, The Facebook Effect, they took
What-
creative liberties.
Like how so? Like what's different about
They-
the movie?
Okay, so like the court scenes are like dramatized and
No, I'm talking about like specific
John-
details.
how do you say it?
I'm talking about like specific
Specific details.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I don't know.
Um,
Like I'm talking about like in anything negative, like with Mark Zuckerberg. Is it like does it skew more negatively than does the movie skew more negatively than the book? Or is it like the
Um,
same?
Well,
Or
I mean,
is it
what
like-
he did, yeah,
Yeah.
what he did,
Or is there-
screwing
I-
out his friend, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like other specific details,
How is it told, by the way? Is it like first person or is it like how is it told?
the book,
in
it's like
yeah.
it's like covered. It's just like an overview. Of,
Oh,
of
okay.
what-
So that's a little different. Okay, it's like
Um,
okay, then yeah.
It's another perspective on what happened. That's,
Yeah.
if you're trying, like, if that's what you're wondering, yeah.
You're not an asshole, Mark. You're just trying so hard to be.
I give it an 8, a strong 8.
8.
Yeah, I mean I think it's the number it will continue to grow because just
Forever.
I think it just gets more interesting as you see the turnout.
How about you, Liam?
All right. Well, considering that I watch this movie all the time, I personally, I think it's a perfect movie. It's such a rewatchable.
I agree.
It's such a like rewatchable movie. And look, like, I know we're on closing thoughts, but we didn't even get to like. I thought we were gonna go a little more.
Do you want to go deeper? We can go deeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go deeper.
What do you want to talk about? Because I
Dude,
talk about
talk
anything.
about the editing in the movie. Talk about the
editing?
literally just like the
I think
back and forth
the first
between
okay,
time
the editing
periods.
in the movie is great, and I think like my favorite like sequence is the beginning when he's doing the blog and he's doing the algorithms.
Eric
with
Albright. Eric Albright's a bitch.
Yeah, and just every shot is like the way it
The sound.
yeah the way
dude,
yeah
that song, I put that on in the gym.
dude, that song bangs. Okay, let's talk about the score. The Trent Reznor, right? And I forget the other guy's name.
I don't know the name. I don't know the name off the top of my head.
All right, editing Ethan here. The names are Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
I think this is one of like the best scores of the decade as
Underrated.
well.
Underrated.
Underrated?
Yeah.
I agree. I don't see too many people talking about it. It's like ambient and it's kind of like horror too. There's some synths in there. It like when he's walking back to his after his date, and he yeah, and then right as he walks into like his dorm room, it's like. Boom.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Carpenter like flick. It's awesome.
They get like there's like they add bass to it, and it's like you feel like it's like okay. I just started this on the fly.
Oh, it won the original score. I guess you know what. I guess it's not too underrated, but like it got it.
I just think like for as far as like people talking about it goes, like
Yeah.
you'll always hear like the Dark Knight score is awesome.
Well, it's like Hans Zimmer, like
Yeah,
you know, the
but like
normals,
at the
yeah.
same time, you have this movie,
John
which
Williams.
I got to be honest, I think in general this movie is kind of it's a little overlooked. I know it got like
Yeah.
critical like praise, but as far as like people watching it today,
People don't even consider that. I don't know. I haven't seen too many Fincher movies, but I like.
neither.
To me personally, I like it better than Fight Club. Yeah, that's just to me. I like it better than. It's like I prefer it better than Fight Club. Honestly, it's more rewatchable.
Fight Club.
Yeah, it's more rewatchable than Fight Club. I agree. And I like the performances I like the performances, and I like it's more fast paced too. To me, as a package,
it's shorter.
It's shorter, but you know,
This isn't a long movie at all, dude. This movie is, I don't know exactly. I don't remember like exactly how long it is.
Yeah.
But it goes by really, really fast.
For a drama, for like a biopic drama,
it flies.
It's under 2 hours. It's like an hour 59, like just under 2 hours. It's incredible, and there's so much. There's so much in the story. There's so many great scenes. It feels like an epic, and it's under 2 hours.
It feels like an epic, but it's literally just college kids in a dorm in Kirkland House.
Yeah, I think is the best written script of
2010s.
2010s. Yeah.
It has some competition.
What would be up there in the 2010s?
As far as like a script and like writing goes.
Yeah. Or just like a great story.
All right, I mean, you're not gonna like me for this one.
Uh-huh.
But I'm biased towards The Revenant.
I was gonna say.
I don't think that like the writing and the script is better, but I'm gonna say I like the movie more. It's definitely a lot slower.
So would you say The Revenant is the best for you? The best movie of the decade of the 2010s.
Of the 2010s?
Yeah.
That's crazy that you're saying that decade. Like we're already like
we're
almost 3 years.
Yeah, we're
removed.
2 years into the other decade.
I mean, 2020 feels like a whole decade in and of itself, but that's
true.
besides the point. It is my. Thanks for the Jeep interlude.
What we're talking about? I'm sorry. I lost
Okay.
track.
Cut in.
The Revenant.
The Revenant.
Yeah, we're talking about The Revenant, and you asked me whether or not I thought The Revenant is the best movie.
Is it the best movie of the decade?
I think it is.
Okay.
And I 100% understand if like no one would agree with me. I'm very biased toward it. I'm a history guy. I like 19th century U.S. history. However, as a movie, it's very simple. It's just a revenge plot, right?
Yeah.
But the way it feels so epic. It's just one dude going through wilderness, but it's like this amazing.
I don't remember much from the movie, but I remember the opening scene being very like, wow.
Opening scene is insane. It's a couple of really, really long takes that are edited together flawlessly.
Yeah.
And it shows that. I'm not gonna get into like the historical stuff.
Yeah, let's not get too much into. But
it's just really, really good. It's well done. I like how it's very it's a very epic movie, but at the same time, it's a very simple plot. It's just a revenge story about the death of a kid. I also read the book The Revenant, and yes, just like The Social Network, both movies take creative liberty from the source material. However, when making a movie, that's something you need to do. It's just going to be a part of it.
Of course.
It's my favorite movie of the 2010s.
Would Social Network be in your top 5?
Of all time?
No, not of all time. I'm talking about like
of the decade?
Of the decade, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Would The Social Network be in your top 5 of all time?
Yes.
I was gonna say that the opening scene, like the opening credits, this is something I just thought of like right now, like on when we were talking about it a couple minutes ago. You're talking about like how the score builds up and like he walks into the house and like all that, like the bass is coming, like it just comes in.
Yeah.
The way that you could think of it is, like it's getting closer and closer to the moment where he actually comes up with the idea of the Facebook. So it's like literally building up, and it's like it's haunting a little bit, to where it's like at first it's like it's very like sad and melancholic, and then from that from being rejected and like being just a breakup in general, you feel bad for him, but at the same time the score builds up and it's like doo doo, like boom bo doo.
And like I feel like
it's
if
something
if you know where the movie is going, it's kind of like cool in hindsight. Like, oh shit, like, here we go. I think it's pretty clear like how I feel about this movie. I made it pretty clear.
You love it. You love The Social Network.
10 out of 10.
I had a feeling that you weren't gonna. You said your opinion changed, and I was like,
I don't know.
I had a feeling.
How could you like? Did you really think I was gonna come on here and say it sucked?
No,
like
I didn't.
Yeah. Do you have anything to say? Anything else to say?
Yeah, so one of the last points about the movie that I wanted to make was the opening score. How it builds up to him, the bass gets deeper and deeper, and it leads to him actually coming up with the idea of the Facebook. That's one of the parts that I really, really appreciate about the movie. It's all the little things that add up and make it really, really good.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the first? We did talk about the first
Conversation?
No, the first montage scene.
Yeah, yeah.
So where he actually, where it's like Eric Albright's a bitch, and like the score,
Yeah,
like it
his
fades to
roommate is
black,
so
and then
funny
the
in this,
score
too.
comes in. It's like do. That's one of the best scenes in the
Yeah.
movie. Did we talk about the scene with? We did talk about the scene that they made.
Oh, I want to talk about one line that one of the Winklevosses say that he's like,
I'm 6'5", 220, and there's two of me.
And they're
It's
they're
so
talking.
funny,
Oh,
dude.
dude, no, when Divya and Narendra, which we didn't even talk about on that time. We haven't talked about
what?
God, we haven't talked about Justin Timberlake really at all.
Noah brought him up, actually.
Noah did bring him up.
Yeah.
However, you want to really quickly. You want an example of one of the best scenes of the movie? The first scene with the first scene with Justin Timberlake. The very, very first scene. Wakes up, in the chick's bed, and that entire scene, it just like the intro to Mark Zuckerberg, the intro to Justin Timberlake's character, amazing. It shows everything that you need to know about how shitty this guy is.
He's a douchebag.
He's a douche. And it's like this great segue. Like, and there's a cool ass transition.
Stanford.
There's
Even
a
the transition
cool ass
into
transition into how Mark Zuckerberg then opened up the Facebook to other colleges across the country.
He's
One
the
of
that
my
got the
favorite
idea
scenes of the
too.
movie.
He dropped the.
He did drop and drop the.
That's what I was.
That's
the scene I was gonna say that stood out to me.
The dinner scene.
Dude, London Tipton.
London
Tipton is fucking in the movie, and she's a slut. She's mad at Eduardo for fucking for fucking the what was it, the Stanford sluts.
Take it easy.
No, you didn't change it so you could screw those Silicon Valley sluts every time you got to see Mark.
Not even remotely true.
Like London, not Brenda Song, the actor. I forget the character's name. What's the character?
Brenda Song.
Yeah, Brenda Song, the actress. That character's name. I forget.
The character's name.
That character though. The character is kind of like confusing to me. Like, why is she just? You said she's a slut. Is she like she's a gold digger, right? That's like exactly what she is. But like, it seems kind of random in the movie. But like I said, it's a little nitpick.
It is that is a bit of a nitpick. But you are right though. I mean, she's just kind of there for like that purpose. And that's about it. Dude, Andrew Garfield. Look, he may not have been in the best Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
But goddamn, when it comes to like playing very like serious, dramatic characters,
He's a good crier.
A good
like an angry actor.
crier, and also to shout out to Hacksaw Ridge because he was fucking unbelievable.
I like that movie.
Justin, yeah, here we go, Justin. yeah, another movie that I said, hey, you should watch.
Is he good in Silence? I haven't seen that movie.
Dude.
I heard that's underrated.
You're talking about Scorsese movies?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love Scorsese.
Silence is really, really good. It's like it's a tough film. It's a film that like if you're not invested into it, it could be a drag.
Is it like kind of like the same vein of like Shutter Island? Is it like that?
You can make a comparison to it. It doesn't. It's not like.
Is it the most similar?
Yeah,
like but is it like the most similar to that movie? Because
out of his filmography.
Yeah. Okay.
Fish out of water.
I enjoyed Shutter Island. There's only a few. Honestly, there's only one Scorsese movie I've seen that I haven't enjoyed too much.
What?
Hugo. It's alright.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Kids movie.
Exactly.
But anyway, look, that was just Andrew. Going back, Andrew Garfield and Hacksaw Ridge, fucking awesome. Andrew Garfield in The Social Network, fucking awesome. I said before that I think he was my favorite part of the movie. I mean, dude, obviously Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg obviously
good,
still like he's fucking amazing. Like he sold the role. That's another thing with this movie.
It's good casting too. It's perfect casting.
I forget that it's Jesse Eisenberg. I bought into. That's Mark Zuckerberg. I was like, that's him. It's right there. And it's hard sometimes to think it's like, that's not him.
Yeah.
Like Mark Zuckerberg is a totally different character. One of the strengths of this movie is that you think that like it plays it off so real and it feels real. But the thing is, again, how we've been saying it multiple times over this podcast, it's it's not.
Yeah.
And they did take creative liberties with it. Just to sum up again, really, really fucking good movie. One of my favorites to rewatch. Endlessly rewatchable. I will always throw that movie on in the background and just quote. I'll randomly just like have it on and I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh shit, it's that scene. It's the club scene, which is also one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's so fucking loud you can't hear anything, but yet it literally like it draws you in.
Again, it has to
forces
do
you
with
to listen.
it has to do about the girl and
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Incredible.
Yeah, because Mark is asking Sean. He's like,
Did you ever get the girl?
You ever hit up the girl again or something like that?
And he's like,
and he's
care.
like, no.
Yeah, but like, to him it's different
because he's a simp. Mark Zuckerberg was a simp for Erica, man. And
that's true.
Listen, hey, you know what? You want to talk about how it related to Kurt? I can relate to. I can relate to that.
Mark Zuckerberg.
In that.
Who's
that
the
regard.
actress, by the way? Who plays her? She's like in.
She's in like a couple other things. I don't know the actress's name. She's central to the movie, but she's only in it for a little bit.
She's probably
Hannibal Lecter in Sounds of Lambs.
Okay, you are probably going to be a very successful computer person. You're going to go through life thinking that girls don't like you because you're a nerd. And I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that that won't be true. It'll be because you're an asshole.
I don't know if Justin, you have a top 5.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to hear more Justin's voice, and I want to hear his
top 5 movies.
You don't have to do top 5. You don't have to in order. But what are your like favorite movies? That you remember watching?
Yeah. I really love The Wolf of Wall Street. I loved The Northman. I really liked that. I really liked the fart sounds he put in there.
You like the fart sound? Did you like Bjork?
Oh, fuck, yeah.
She's in The Witch.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to watch The Witch. I would like to watch The Lighthouse.
Wait, you didn't?
We got to show him Lighthouse.
You didn't? You never saw Lighthouse with us?
That's something we got to show him.
No.
You did. Oh, that's right. You didn't see it. Well,
that's why when we saw Northman, when the fart sound happened, I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" It's like, yo, that's like the stamp. That's
I'll tell you what.
Wow.
As far as seeing the Lighthouse for the first time, Ethan, I'll give you credit. You were the one who said I wanted to see the Lighthouse, but you were the one who actually like took me to see the Lighthouse.
Yeah.
We weren't even supposed to see the Lighthouse that night.
Jesus
If you remember,
King.
We were supposed to see Jesus is King,
Yeah.
and goddamn, am I very happy that I didn't fucking see Jesus is King, and I actually decided to go see the Lighthouse with you.
That shit was a scam. I saw
was
it
a
like
scam.
later on. It was like 30 minutes long.
Me listening to it on Spotify.
Moral of the
it felt like
story
it
is, thank you, AMC, for having unreliable IMAX projectors, because we saw the Lighthouse instead. I saw the Lighthouse for a second time, but it was definitely better than that Jesus is King movie.
We were talking about the Batman, and we were talking about how excited we were about
yeah.
that. Listen.
Is it still the best movie of the year for you?
Yes. The Northman is really, really close. I haven't seen that many movies this year. However, did Jackass? Yeah, no, Jackass came out.
It came out in February.
Yeah. I saw 4. I saw 4 movies this year, and 4 new movies, and every single one of them. I mean, Jackass doesn't. It's a funny movie. I wouldn't put it on the same caliber as fucking the Batman.
Not particularly cinema.
Oh, it's cinema. You get a nice Dutch angle of Steve-O's penis.
How much of
can't get more cinematic
How
than
much
that.
Machine Gun Kelly is in it?
Okay, Machine Gun Kelly.
He has his own skit.
Good.
Yeah, he has like his own stupid fucking skit.
it's
Worst
like
part of it
Is he in Bird Box more?
Bird Box.
Yeah, that was a movie.
That was a movie. That was a cultural trend, if you will. Like the Batman. Yeah, that's like cliche pick. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Movie's fucking awesome. I love the Batman, but I want to save that. That is worth a whole off the shelf.
Yeah.
A trilogy of podcasts by itself is just the Batman.
Action.
This is it. Our own
own studio backlog.
Farmer's daughter, take one.
My wife is not well. It happens after dark.
Ma'am? Something's wrong. You don't want to leave, do you? I just don't understand why you're doing this.
Because it is possible to make a good dirty movie.
We can move on to our second movie. This came out this year, actually. It's hard to tell because the sequel also came out this year. Ty West's X. I'm surprised you actually picked this because this is kind of like an underrated movie, kind of.
You think X is underrated?
I don't know. In as far as there's a lot of horror movies that came out this year, and it's hard to tell like which ones kind of broke out on the scene. Maybe X broke out on the scene, but like
I think X broke out.
It's definitely the best slasher movie of the year. I'll say that. There's not much competition.
Well,
but...
wait a minute. Now here's the thing. The caveat to all this is that I have not seen Pearl yet.
Oh, okay. That's funny because I don't really even think of Pearl as a slasher movie.
So okay, all right. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you said that Pearl is a better movie.
I liked it better.
Okay.
Mia Goth, who plays Maxine in this in X, she plays the main porn star. Mia Goth's performance in Pearl is leaps and bounds better than her.
Really?
Yeah, it's a great performance. She's so emotional, and she's like, there's a scene at the end of the movie that's like a 5-minute like monologue, and it's just her just talking about whatever. I'm not gonna give it away, but she's talking about something, and it's powerful, man. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It's not like something new. There's nothing really unique about the film, honestly. But honestly, that's the one criticism I had for X as well. There's nothing really unique about X. As a prequel, it's as good as you can get. Although it ends on a great note, and the last shot is chilling. But like, I kind of wish we got the movie where it ends off at. If you know if you understand.
If it ends off at where X starts.
Yeah, I kind of wish the movie started where Pearl ended. I kind of wish that was the movie that Pearl was about. But okay. I'm happy for what we got.
Well, it's like an origins.
Yeah, it's like an origin story. Yeah. And they're making a third one, which is cool.
Now, does that one take place after X?
Yeah, in the 80s, apparently in Hollywood. So that should be interesting.
So it's a decade after X.
Yeah, I think it, dude. You gotta watch Boogie Nights because I think this movie and this whole trilogy, not the whole trilogy, but specifically X and the sequel, I think will be like
Boogie
Nights-esque. But what are your thoughts on X?
So just for some context, I watched this about a week ago, and I was laying in the bed right behind me, and I was really, really bored, and I was like, you know what? Let me just watch. I was in the horror, I was in the horror spirit. Halloween's coming up, so I wanted to watch a horror movie. And I knew that this movie got, like, first off, like, the advertising for the movie, I was really into it because it's just X. Like, it's very, very, like, a sick-ass title. I love the whole style of it. Yep, I love the whole style that it promoted. And I went into it knowing that people liked it, but it wasn't like, just like you said, it didn't reinvent the wheel or anything.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was going to be cliched at first. And don't get me wrong, there are some moments where it is cliche, but it's not like overly cliche. It doesn't heavily rely on that stuff. I really, really liked it. It's not my favorite movie of the year, but there's definitely parts of it that I would say, like, just from like a cinematic standpoint, like, forget the story. Like, from a cinematic standpoint, the spoilers, Justin, I wish you would have watched this movie, but I guess it's too late now. We're already talking about it. The scene where it's the first kill and it's in front of the truck. Yeah. That scene is awesome. I love how it was like, yes, it was built up, like the kill was built up, but it was just stabbed in the neck. And then it's like very blunt. And then it's just over and over and over again. And it shows you, it's like, oh, most of this movie like more than the first, like more than halfway.
Yeah.
It takes a while for the kills to start, which normally in a horror movie, that's not a good thing if it's a bad horror movie, because then it's just build up of shitty characters. This one, however,
There's
I
Kid
bought
Cudi in
it.
it, Justin. Kid Cudi's in this movie.
I told him Kid Cudi's in it, dude. Kid Cudi,
That's something.
Kid
That's
Cudi
his-
wasn't
this is the
bad.
beginning of his
Kid Cudi
film
was
career.
actually
He's
pretty
gonna do
good.
more
I
movies.
wasn't the biggest fan of how he died. I thought it was a little just like, oh, like come on, the whole build up in the swamp.
Yeah.
I was expecting a little bit more.
That's one of the criticisms I have for this movie too. Is the kills. I know that's not the point of the movie, but a lot of the kills and the way that a lot of the characters died were like, I don't know. I wanted more out of it. You know, specifically Jenny. I forget her actress. I think it's Jenny Ortega. Forget. I'm gonna correct you if I'm wrong. Jenna Ortega. Jenna.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Her character,
who is beautiful, by the way.
Total Ethan film chick type vibe.
She's a scream queen. She's in Scream. She's also in Scream too, and she's in that Netflix show You. But the way she dies was kind of like it was hilarious, but like it kind of was disappointing for the character.
It was disappointing for the character.
Yeah.
I felt the exact same. This is gonna be a really really random sidetrack very quickly. You ever see the Belko Experiment?
No, but it looks like an interesting movie. I know the concept.
Belko Experiment. So, all right. I mean, if you want to see it, then I guess I
just
can't.
go. Well,
do you want to see it? I mean,
I want to see it. I want to see it. I don't say anything. But like, if for people who've seen it,
very similar.
No,
very
like,
very
what you're referring
similar
to, I'm
as
sure.
to how a certain character dies, and it's just like, oh come on, totally out of character bullshit way of getting rid of the character. However, every other kill in X I thought was really well done, especially the the actual porn director in the barn. That was awesome. That was so
remind me
cool.
of Scary Movie.
Or
Scream 2 when the guy goes through the bathroom stall.
Scary Movie.
Yeah. I think my favorite kill. There's not many, but I think the best one is the gator one.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was a little. See, here's the thing, right? X, even though like the first kill wasn't really played for laughs, some of the other kills are played for laughs. And that alligator one is definitely played for laughs, and it works. It reminded me of like Jordan Peele type of like,
like you know, comedy, or like the bodyguard or the TSA agent in like Get Out, that type of vibe.
Yeah, where it's just like, even though like it's very serious and like a lot's going on and you got to take it seriously, it's still like he does have like a little bit of humor. And of course, it's just like it shows the alligator in the very beginning of the movie, and then of course it comes back. It's like the flamethrower in Once Upon a Time.
It would be interesting, since Justin hasn't seen it. It would be interesting if Justin sees Pearl first.
You could do that.
You know, and honestly, not seeing the movie, he could do that.
You can watch Pearl first and
not like it's pretty straightforward, the movie.
Right.
And like to jump into like the 1970s, in the height of the porn industry, like, and kind of the height of the slasher craze too.
Late 70s. This is X takes place in 79.
Did you like the fact that it like was a period piece in a way?
Yes.
Yep. I loved the fact that it was a period piece.
Dude.
Very like Texas Chainsaw.
I was just about to say, where's the influences on its sleeve? And of course, I love the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And of course it gives off Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes. It's one of the not the coolest. It's one of the best parts about the movie that I liked was that it was in good taste. Even though like I like the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie a lot more than this movie, obviously. I still appreciate this movie for some of the things that it offers. Where if you're gonna go on like a more like social, like a social commentary type of like positive at the movie, it shows that like I love that one scene where it's all of them having a dialogue before they all die, before they go to sleep. They have the one scene where they're all talking about why they're doing this, why they're in the porn industry. I actually like that. Now, even though I'm not in the porn industry.
Yeah.
It shows like, all right, like, this is like, it's after the 60s. So the idea of female empowerment and what they can do. And look, I'm someone where it's like, if a woman wants to do that, if she wants to sell directly sell her body like prostitution or anything like that.
Yeah.
But if she, you know,
Shows
she wants,
her body, yeah.
she shows her body off, that's her choice. You know, go ahead. You do that. It's all power to you. If guys want to, if guys and girls want to pay for that stuff, then sure, go ahead.
The fact of the truth of the matter is, we turn folks on. And that scares them.
And they can't look away neither.
That's right. We're like a foxy car wreck.
The cameraman and how he tries so hard to make a real legit movie.
A good smut film.
Yeah, he's like, just like the ones in France. Yeah, he's no Godard. I don't know. I've been really fascinated with like the porn industry recently. Not the porn industry as a whole now, but like the porn industry in the 1970s and 1980s, where it was most popular, where people reviewed this shit. Like
people went to theaters.
Yeah, they went to theaters together to watch porn. They had premieres.
Shout out Taxi Driver.
Wow. They had award shows. They had like all this crazy shit. So like, and it made money. These movies made a lot of money, so that's why a lot of people wanted to get in this business and make a quick buck out of it. And they're willing to shoot on a random old person's ranch without their knowledge.
Without their knowledge that it's a smut film, and at the same time, Mia Goth is really, really dedicated to the role.
Oh yeah.
This movie is
great
very
side boob.
Yeah, oh. Yeah. I think it goes without saying that this movie does have a lot of fucking.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fucking.
I think more than Boogie Nights, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like that's how the movie was marketed, and it's a big part of the movie is the porn. But as far as like the slasher side of the film goes, very, very. Again, it doesn't invent the wheel, but at the same time, I like its take on it. It's very influenced by Texas Chainsaw Massacre, yet it's different enough to where I like this take on a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of film. I will say, I think it was a little bit slow for the build up to the kills. I thought it was gonna happen a lot sooner than it did.
You can definitely chop off like 5.
You could edit that movie down even more so than it already is, 'cause it's not long. It's not a long movie.
Yeah.
But the first half of it, it's like the first half in like 5-10 minutes even until the kills start. And like I get it. He was trying to set up franchise, which he did, because Pearl is you were saying Pearl was better.
Yeah.
But definitely could have been shaved down a little bit, tighten up some loose ends, and I think it's even still a good movie. It's a very, very solid slasher movie. I think it's rewatchable. I wouldn't like automatically. It's not like a Hereditary Halloween movie, but it's a good movie. I enjoy it. I don't enjoy it as much as other old slasher films like Friday the 13th Part 6 or even Part 1 or especially Halloween.
Wait, really?
You like X more than Friday
I like
the 13th?
X as a film. I like X more than like Friday.
Oh,
the 13th.
as a film? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Like,
No.
Friday the 13th
All right.
is
as a film, yes. I'm talking about like personal enjoyment.
Personal enjoyment. Okay, yeah. And like
Kevin Bacon.
I feel like if this film existed like 10 years ago, I feel like this would have been like one of my favorite films.
Oh, dude.
You know?
I feel like this would have been really, really awesome if it came out exactly 10 years ago, like in 2012. Dude,
Yeah.
Kid Cudi, imagine Kid Cudi that early in his career.
Yeah, that's like before even like, is it Indica? Isn't it before Indica?
Indica came out in 2013.
Oh shit, then it would be before that too.
It was after Man of the Moon 2 though, so Man of the Moon 2 did come out.
Well, it's weird. Kid Cudi is like trying to start like his an acting career. He's in Don't Look Up. He has like a Netflix show. I haven't watched it, or a Netflix movie.
The Intergalactic.
Yeah.
Whatever series or show, whatever.
Have you heard the soundtrack? I haven't even heard the soundtrack yet.
It's
not good.
No.
It sucks.
Sorry,
I heard it's his
Cudi,
last album.
That's his last album.
Yeah, he's putting music soon. Yeah, I heard. That's what I'm saying. He's
doing
what? Acting more.
X was a perfect film to get started on your film career. So go for it, Kid Cudi. You did a lot better acting than you did making music the past 5-6 years. Anyway, one very, very last thing that I will say.
Man on the Moon 3. Come on now, that was a good one.
It's all right. It's not
Okay.
Man of the Moon 2. It's not Man of the Moon
it.
2 or Man of the Moon 1. However,
You did a good
one last quick thing about X. I think this is something that needs to be talked about. And once I see Pearl, I can get more in depth on it. Mia Goth
Yeah.
in this movie. Probably my favorite Mia Goth. I haven't seen Pearl.
Yeah.
My favorite Mia Goth performance.
What have you
However,
seen her in, by the way? I haven't seen her in much, so
this is a movie that I want us to watch, and
Okay.
I want to do a podcast on it, not if it's not even
Yeah.
an off the shelf podcast. Have you ever seen A Cure for Wellness?
no, but I heard
Okay.
it's really good. in that.
You need to see A Cure for A Cure for Wellness is such a fucking polarizing movie. People either hate it or people love it.
Mhm.
And man, you want to talk about films that get underneath your skin? Cure for Wellness,
Really?
some of the most haunting, eye-opening cinematography ever. It is a gorgeous looking movie.
It'll definitely
I'm
be
a
my
little
priority.
I'm a little biased because Lucius Malfoy plays the main villain.
Really?
Yeah.
What's his name? I forget his name. He's a
I
great
feel-
actor.
I
He's-
feel really bad.
Yeah.
Dude, he's also in The Patriot. I feel so. Oh, Jason Isaac.
Jason Isaac.
Jason
Exactly.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Dude, one of the okay. Watch A Cure for Wellness,
Right.
And specifically like Mia Goth in it and
Do you
Dane
say
DeHaan.
that's her best performance?
Yes.
Since
Yes.
Okay.
No, not since X. Cure
still-
for Wellness. Yeah, Cure for Wellness came out 2016.
I'm curious. I want to see. I see you. I want
Dude,
to.
you
want
wanna talk about-
know
you
about
wanna talk
Pearl.
about
I want
movies?
you to judge about that.
You want to talk about movies that leave a actual like you walk out of the theater or you just get up from watching it and you can't stop thinking about it. Cure for Wellness,
Okay.
one of those movies. Not saying it's one of my like favorite movies of all time, but one of the most thought-provoking movies I've ever seen.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
You need
type
to
of
see
film. I
it,
gotta
dude.
see
You're gonna be like, oh my god, the cinematography on it, holy shit, dude. Really, really underrated film. Really underrated. It's a little like cliche.
Gore Verbinski. Wait, what has he directed? The Pirates movies.
yeah.
That's weird. It's interesting. Yeah, Rango too.
He directed Rango?
Yeah. Long Ranger though.
Oh.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's not that good.
No.
I saw it in theaters.
How was it?
No, I saw it in theaters. No, I said it was terrible.
Out of 10 though, what would you give X?
Out of 10, what would I give X?
Yeah.
I would give X a. Actually, Ethan, you haven't even asked about my rating on Social Network.
Well, you were praising it so much. You said it was like.
Oh no, yeah,
you said
my
10.
bad. Yeah, I said
I'm
10.
just assuming that you.
Yeah,
said
we
10.
said 10.
What
would I rate X?
Yeah.
I would give X after only one viewing. I would probably give it a 7.
I would give the exact same thing.
Give it a
kind
7.
of feel like we're on the
It
same page.
a light 7, strong 6, light 7. Anthony Fantano mode. There's the.
We got Lightning McQueen outside.
We got Daryl Dixon riding on the parking lot. Yeah, no. So X, I would give it. I give it a light 7, strong 6. I liked it. It didn't reinvent. I like the way you said that at the start of this. It didn't reinvent the wheel, but it did a good job of giving its own spin on the slasher
It
flick.
was fun. It's like one of the like most outright fun movies that I'm like I think anyone can enjoy if you just like to get scared a little bit.
And actually, that's one of the things. It's not like that scary. It's actually not that scary.
And for A24, this is kind of like a little bit not even tame, but like a little bit of a off-brand for them. They usually make elevated horror. I hate that term, but like like lot slower films and stuff like that. A lot slower horror films, and this is a lot more. I wouldn't want to call it mainstream, but it kind of is.
It's one of the more mainstream.
Yeah, it's no like I would show this over like a witch or like a Men if you've seen that movie.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Why should you get to have it all?
What have you ever done except be a whore?
Okay. You know what? Move, you mean old ugly bitch!
Dude, you got Noah. No, we gotta hear your top 5.
Oh, my top 5.
Yeah.
I
Top
gotta,
5
I gotta
movies.
come back to the mic.
Yeah.
Do I hear myself if I put the headphones on?
Yeah.
Don't give me these.
Yeah, you don't want it.
I hate
you don't
the
want
sound
it. Yeah.
microphones. My top 5 movies.
Speak to the mic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Is this better?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. Okay. So no particular order because I couldn't really think of an order. Billy Madison is definitely in there.
Hell yeah.
100%.
Wait, not Happy Gilmore?
No, it was a tough decision, but I for nostalgia purposes, I think I like Billy Madison more.
Okay.
The SpongeBob movie, the first one, has got to be in there.
All right.
For me, that's
valid.
like
That's valid.
it's fantastic.
Dennis is a cinematic marvel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Half too.
Another childhood movie, Surf's Up. I think, in my personal opinion, is one of the most creative ideas ever. You're talking about penguins surfing.
Stoner.
Have you seen the
with a
second
chicken.
one with the
Hell
with
no.
the WWE
Hell no.
one?
No offense, Justin. I have not seen the second Surf's Up. Probably dog shit.
Surf's Up, asshat.
Doesn't who plays
Vince
Tank?
McMahon is in it.
Vince McMahon.
They had the Undertaker. Yeah, it's a WWE
Bullshit.
spinoff.
Yeah,
I swear to God. I'll look it up.
It's
Surf's
crazy.
Up too.
I remember I saw the trailer. I was like, oh my god, like it's back. Holy shit, they made a second one. And then it was like WWE like Surf's Up like Surfer Slam.
Oh,
and I was just like, oh my
Christ.
god.
Let me see this.
It's awful.
Let me see this garbage.
It's streaming on HBO Max if you're curious.
It came out around the same time as like the Scooby-Doo Mystery of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at this picture. You're gonna put this on the podcast.
It's John Cena as a penguin.
Oh my god.
We were talking about John Cena rules before.
I'll smoke and watch this movie.
Yo, best John Cena role, Fred, hands down. Or
I
that
don't know.
one movie, the one wrestling movie where he beats the shit out of the guy. He's like the Marine. He beats the shit out of the guy, and then at
Marine.
the end it just like explodes.
I think it's
that
the
one's
Marine.
crazy.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Which one is that one?
I was really high when we watched that one.
I've seen the first Marine.
Oh, okay. Not the one with the Miz.
There's two?
I've seen just the first one.
There's four.
There's four?
All right, editing Ethan's back. Try 6 Marine films. 6.
We gotta watch all four.
Wait, no. The second one has Ted DiBiase Jr. The third one has the Miz.
Do any of them?
DiBiase Jr. Wow.
Do any of them have that?
He really didn't live up to his name.
Oh wait, my movies.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. So clearly, Surf's Up 2 has a lot of fucking.
Oh yeah, a lot of hype.
A lot of hype. I can't wait till Surf's Up 3, the fucking metaverse.
Yeah, exactly. Starring Jesse Eisenberg and Aaron Paul
Mia Goth.
as
Aaron Paul
as Mark Zuckerberg, but he's Cody Maverick. And Justin Timberlake is Chicken Joe. And Brenda Song is the hot penguin lifeguard.
And instead of Green Day, it's gonna be Blink-182's come back as the soundtrack.
Wait, Green Day's in the soundtrack?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
in the
that's
first
fire.
one, it's fire.
Wait,
Welcome to
They have
Paradise.
Welcome to Paradise.
Oh
they
my
have
God.
Holiday.
I gotta rewatch Surf's Up. I'm
it's
not
great.
Surf's Up.
Oh yeah, Surf's Up is a classic. Like
I remember the chicken being pretty funny.
Chicken Joe.
Dude,
Yeah,
Chicken
Sheboygan,
Joe.
Michigan. Shout out. But I just remember like always thinking the production meeting for that movie must have been fucking insane.
Yeah,
like
dude, in a shack by the ocean, high as fuck.
like just like
dude.
yo, like oh, I'm gonna make this movie about penguins. It's gonna be a mockumentary about surfing penguins. Like that is genius.
That's in your top. Is
That's
in your top
oh
five?
yeah, that in my top 5. That's probably top 3.
That's perfect.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite like childhood movie. Diary of a
I
Wimpy Kid is
respect
probably
that.
2, but
Diary of a
first-
Wimpy
wait,
Kid's in
the
your
first
top
one
five.
or
First
Roderick
one,
Rules?
Both of them are good,
Okay.
but the first one's better.
I saw the first one in theaters.
Oh yeah, so did I.
Banger.
Yeah, fire movie.
In the top 5 all
but-
time, I respect that now.
So
You got two more. You got
two more.
Yeah.
One, none of you probably know it. It's an anime movie. It's called Your Name. It's
Okay.
it's fantastic.
Your name?
It's like
That's
it's like
going on the watch list.
It's
Yeah.
like a movie about people who switch bodies, but it's a love story. It's really good.
Okay.
It's like Freaky Friday,
It
right?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
hopefully not with all the Lindsay Lohan drugs
Yeah.
Well-
or the Chinese racism.
or the blatant racism.
No, there's definitely Chinese.
Well, wait,
racism in the
wait.
anime
You said
movie.
no. Noah said that Diary of a Wimpy Kid is also in your top 5.
No. It's just one of my favorite movies.
It's second
from
in
my
his
childhood.
childhood memories.
Like, yeah,
different list here.
yeah.
All right,
yeah.
I can
And then,
respect that.
oh god, my last one. Oh man,
She-Hulk.
Maybe possibly.
She-Hulk.
Just the
mini-
She-Hulk. Just the She-Hulk
She-Hulk.
twerk scene.
Oh yeah, dude, that alone, probably number 1. I want to make it like a serious movie, but I don't. I'm just gonna like run through a couple in my head.
Go ahead.
Parasite was pretty good, but I
Oh,
want to
shit.
put that in my top 5.
So we're going from Surf's Up to
Oh yeah. Look, I gotta have one
Wait,
serious one.
Wait, Billy Madison.
Okay,
Surf's
so
Up.
Billy Madison, Surf's
Surf's
Up,
the SpongeBob movie.
SpongeBob
SpongeBob
movie, the anime one that you said.
Yeah, that
No Name.
that's like that.
No Name.
Your Name. That's like
Your
a
Name?
serious
Your Name.
movie. It got nominated for an Oscar.
Have you seen
that,
Spirited Away?
Yeah. Oh, fantastic! I watched it for a class.
Really?
Over the summer. Oh my
I've
god!
heard
it
that
was
one's actually
amazing.
good.
It was amazing. But no. Remember the controversy with Boss Baby? Like how everyone was like, how the hell did that win?
Is that not in your top five?
No, that movie, Your Name, that I'm talking about, that was the movie that everyone was like, how didn't that movie win? Because of Boss Baby, which is hilarious.
It's the Boss
in
Baby,
a way.
man.
Yeah, fuck Boss Baby. Fucking, I watched that. My junior English teacher played that movie one time in class at the end of the year. It was trash. It was horrible. Alec Baldwin, he shot somebody. That's crazy. And he's in Boss Baby. He literally shot somebody and killed someone. And he's in Boss Baby.
Tobey Maguire's in Boss Baby too.
You're shitting me.
Yeah, he plays the grown up kid.
Oh, wait a minute. No, yeah, you're right. You're
I'm
right.
not joking.
I haven't seen the Boss Baby.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
It's horrible. And especially if
it's not even bad in a good way. It's just like
it's just shit.
It's just
Yeah,
shit. It's like
like-
B movie.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
It's like bad and it's not.
If
even
you
funny.
watch, especially if you watch like the movie I'm talking about that it was up against, like the movie it was up against is so good. It's like it's crazy.
Boss Baby though.
And then it lost to Boss Baby.
You ever watch The Nut Job too?
Dude.
Nah,
The
I
Nut Job
haven't
2?
even seen the Nut Job 1.
Wait. Isn't there like a subtitle to it or something like that?
The Nut Job 2.
The Hardest Nut.
The hardest nut. The nutting or something like that.
The Nutting.
Noah.
The Nutting. I'm trying to think of that fifth movie. I fucking can't. Nutty by Nature. Holy shit! Like the guys who made OPP.
Nutty by Nature. That was the subtitle. I knew it was some stupid shit. I did not know it was.
I didn't know they made a Nut Job 3.
Wait,
There's a Nut Job 3?
Brendan Fraser is in
Last
the Nut
Nut.
Job. Do you know that?
Are you
Yes, I
serious?
swear to God.
Really?
The Whale.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if it's coming out like this. I don't know
That's coming out soon.
what the release is, but like there's a lot of festival runs. That
Dude,
they're
Fat
going.
Brendan Fraser, like I just imagine
gonna-
like
He's gonna win the Oscar, I think.
Nut Job 3 confirmed to be canceled.
Darren
Oh,
Aronofsky's great.
just like the Minecraft
Confirmed.
movie.
Wait, what
confirmed
hap-
to be
wait,
canceled.
What happened to the Nut Job 3?
The guy
Canceled.
They confirmed that.
What a damn shame.
He got blue
That's
balled.
the real tragedy, not the Batgirl movie.
Oh, yo, wait, was that supposed to be a thing?
It was filmed and they just scrapped it. They
Like-
can't legally take
Like
it out.
like with Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, not with Zoe Kravitz.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Oh wait, yeah.
But Michael Keaton was in it, and Brendan Fraser as Firefly. Like, it was a entire movie filmed, and they completely
Where
scrapped
did they
it.
film this?
In I don't know in Hollywood. I don't know where
When?
exactly.
When?
When I think last year.
Really?
And apparently this was supposed to be straight to HBO Max. Apparently the movie was so bad they just completely scrapped it. But as Michael Keaton as Batman that's
dude,
crazy.
That's a big one right there.
I know,
Oh, yeah,
like,
he is.
and we'll never see it. And it was filmed. It was he was in the actual suit, and they filmed scenes with him back in the
You
suit.
think was there bat nipples?
I don't know. But he's coming back in the Flash movie, if that's even coming back.
Liam
with,
Neeson is
Ezra
in The Nut Job.
Liam Neeson's in the Nut Job.
Yeah, dude.
Qui-Gon Jinn himself.
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
Nut.
Is he a Force ghost?
That'd be
Is
great.
he forcing the nut out?
Dude, he's a force nut.
Wait, what were you saying? Although that was their favorite movie.
Oh yeah, my fifth favorite movie, The Shining, for sure.
Great,
Wow.
great pick.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
Yeah.
I was not expecting Noah Westby to say The
Bro,
Shining.
the Shining is crazy. It's I never really watched it because I was too much of a pussy until I got to like. Remember last year? Remember last year in the room when I watched it?
Yeah.
Like I don't remember if you heard it or not. But yeah, I was just too much of a pussy to watch scary movies. Mr. Peabody and Sherman. And then I just saw it on his phone. But
I think I found the movie to add to my top 5.
Oh yeah, that's
What is
pretty
it?
good.
Well,
Wait,
What?
Penguins of Madagascar.
That was pretty good.
It's pretty
But-
good stuff.
Penguins of Madagascar or just Madagascar?
This one says Penguins of Madagascar.
Oh,
I like.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I haven't seen Penguins. I've
King
just
Julian.
seen Madagascar.
But
I don't know,
anyways,
but all right, Noah. I have to just really quickly.
Yeah, go ahead,
so
go
I
ahead.
want Noah to talk a little bit more about.
Yeah.
I love how
The
he has.
Shining.
I love how in his top 5 he has The Shining, and then he also has the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Fantastic
Yeah, 'cause it's
list.
fire.
I just gotta say though,
Yeah.
as far as cinematic masterpieces that deserve more praise, Mars Needs Moms.
Oh, yo, do you remember me and my
Wait, we
brother?
mentioned Polar Express before.
Do you remember?
Also a cinematic master. Tom
Dude, we should do a trilogy of crazy
of
motion capture.
amazingly awful motion capture
Yeah.
movies.
Beowulf.
Oh, yo, that movie's. I
Beowulf.
watched that in school. But
That
Liam, do you
scared the
remember?
shit out of me.
Do you remember the Mars Needs Moms rap that was like in the trailer commercial?
Yo, there could be life up on the moon or some planet or another, but what kind of aliens? We'll kidnap your mother!
Welcome to Mars.
What is going on?
Mars needs moms.
Bro, me and my brother used to like laugh at that shit because it was so terrible.
I'll find it and I'll put it in here.
Dude, that thing was hilarious. It was so bad.
I want to hear Naro's opinion on Mars Needs.
It may have been. Fucking Mars needs moms. Bro.
Like that movie was like competing with Megamind.
Mars needs
Megamind.
Megamind.
Megamind actually.
That was like the years where it was like Mars Needs Moms, Megamind.
What else came out?
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Bang.
That was actually a
That was
banger
a
movie.
good
That was
movie.
actually a really good movie.
Dude, man. God bless Freddie Gibbs as the cop, dude.
Climax.
Let's...
French movie. I don't even know where to start with this. I guess the director, he has a reputation of making very like fucked up movies. I showed this to you.
Show this to me and Justin.
Yeah, I showed this to you a long time ago in the dorm room. I was recommended by Justin De Niro, and if you know anything about his type of taste, he likes a lot more avant-garde films, and this is certainly one of them.
This is all right. So again, I have not rewatched this since we saw it back in 2019. I can remember enough of it because it's not a complex film, even though it tries to be.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it does, but we'll get into that.
I think it tries to say a lot more than what it actually offered. Look, I'm gonna be that guy here. I don't have too much to say about Climax.
Mm-hmm.
However, look, I'm just not one who's really big into the let's try to be hip for the sake of just trying to be hip.
Right.
And I'm sorry, in my horror films, I don't need a 10-minute straight dance scene. I like Chris,
okay.
I like Friday the 13th dancing scenes, sick ass dance, quick dance scenes.
Yeah.
I don't need 10 minutes of it. Circling overhead and like going in and out. It's like I don't need that shit.
You cannot
deny. You cannot deny
though, because it's like a real time thing, and it's
just makes
in the beginning too, right?
Yeah, that was the credits in the beginning were kind of weird.
So it's kind of like a different style.
It's an experience, and that's the type of thing that like the director was trying to go for. But those dance scenes hit. Those dance scenes were fun.
Not for me.
They didn't hit. They were.
I thought the most interesting.
I think it's very impressive dancing. I think and they actually hired real dancers for this too.
That's perfectly fine. Good for them. They danced their asses off. However, as a film and as far as pacing goes, it's like, bro, I sat through that, and I was just like, when are we gonna actually get to like
I'm surprised.
The cool, the tripping,
right?
The tripping part. Look, I also. You guys, I don't. This is this isn't the film's fault. I guess this is just kind of like you showing it to me.
Yeah.
You did hype up this movie to be like fucked up, and I was really expecting to see some like weird stuff in it. Look, there are some fucked up scenes.
Mm-hmm.
However,
I feel like it's more disturbing than like fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, disturbing is a good. Disturbing is a better word. Like very very just like a ooh.
Brutal.
Like cringe. Like ooh. And sure, the movie has that, and I will say I really, really like the scenes where like I don't know if it was one take, but it goes back and forth in the hallways to like the person in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember like every little thing about it, but I do. Right. Didn't she like put the kid in like the closet or something?
Yeah, she put the kid in the electrical closet, and she lost the key.
Mm-hmm.
And she's fucked up on drugs and shit like that, and the kid actually some of the
Yeah.
thing too. And
So he's just tripping in the dark electric.
yeah, and it's a weird structured movie. It's definitely not traditionally structured. And I
No.
get why like you might have a problem with the pacing. It's
Dude, it's just like it's just a lot of unnecessary stuff. I feel like I didn't need to know like all these characters. Like some of them just like don't they like kill like one of them? Like they just like stomp on one of them or something.
one of them suspects. One of them is suspected of being the
person
druggie
who drugged.
and yeah, they like it like they just throw him out into the snow, and you see him at the end of the party, and he's like frozen to death.
Yeah. I
But,
don't know why I thought stomp. I don't know why I thought that.
I think you're thinking of like when they like one of the ladies punches the other lady, the pregnant woman.
Oh,
That's one of the that to me is like the most disturbing, or one of the most disturbing scenes. She's the only one that's sober too. She's probably not having that baby by the end of the night. I'm just saying that.
Not.
One other scene I wanted to bring up though, it's, Sophia Patella. She's like the only actual actor in this movie, and there's a scene where she's like in, I think it's the kitchen, and like she's just tripping balls, and
At the time, I thought it was. I like the experimental shit in a way. I thought it was the shocking moment of how real that could have been. You know, reacting in the time and the moment of under such influence of drugs. You know, it's a very real situation, despite it being so fucking shocking and unreal of a situation. And I don't know. I thought it was pretty. Had me like. Picturing if I was in this situation, what I would be doing and shit. Like, I like.
Never done acid, Justin?
No. Like, accidentally being on acid is a whole nother thing too. Like,
yeah,
and
and not realizing, you know.
I love how see. Look, I get like Climax is one that we've all seen, but it has been a while. So
Yeah.
I think maybe if I rewatched it, I would have a different opinion on it. Maybe if it was fresher in my memory, I would have a different opinion on it. I just remember I went in with the expectation of seeing some fucked up shit. And okay. Here's something that I actually do remember from the film, and I was disappointed by.
Yeah.
I was expecting more visual distortion. I was expecting.
Oh, here's the thing. I love that you don't see why they're tripping, and you just see like the outside effects of it and like what it does. And I know that might sound like a corny thing, but like it's definitely intentional that you never see any actual tripping, and you just see
he does some cool stuff with the camera, like it moves around in weird
that they're
angles.
dancers too, and the way they can contort their body at the ending scene and towards the end, some of these dancers are absolutely just in like positions that you can't even believe that like a human body can be in.
But like,
and in a way that can be trippy.
Do I really need
You know?
to see
Yeah.
like people fucking though to like the end of the movie where they're just like having sex like the whole time?
Feel free to reevaluate your thoughts on Climax if you want to rectify
I can
any.
listen. I'm not gonna give. I'm not gonna give my rating that I would give it right now. In
Yeah, as you
2022.
you.
I'll
would
give
feel
the
it.
rating that I gave it back in 2019 when I
Uh-huh.
saw it with you.
Yeah.
And Justin. I was just like I was a little. One, I was a little bored, and two,
That's fair
it
enough.
wasn't. It wasn't like as hyped up as I was really expecting it to be. I was going into this expecting like a
Perhaps
fear
I
and loathing.
oversold it.
You did
Perhaps
oversell it.
I
You did-
oversold
you
the
did
shit out of
oversell
it.
it.
But like
I was expecting like a fear and loathing in Las Vegas type of level of like showing how like
or like
trippy it is.
what's Requiem for a Dream? Have you
Oh,
seen that? Yeah.
dude.
Honestly, that one.
Oh my god.
If we're talking about honestly, I think Climax is more of a disturbing film.
Then Requiem?
Yes, just
No shot.
it's more real. It
Nope.
puts you
Nope.
in the way that Requiem for a Dream puts you in like the driver's seat of a drug addict. I like seeing it from the outside. I seen someone else fucked up,
Dude.
and not knowing what they're going through is more of a chilling thing than to see like a crazy acid trip or something like that. To me,
Each character, each perspective.
Yeah.
The whole point of one of the biggest points of Requiem. The whole thing with Requiem is that each character's perspective, so that there's like the 5 main perspectives. Each perspective, they're thinking that they're not as fucked up as the other people are, but
Mhm.
yet inevitably, even though all of them are addicted to something, It may not be necessarily drugs, but they are addicted to stuff. How that addiction changes people and other people see that from the outside.
Yeah.
I think as far as films that show addiction and show how fucked up people can get, Requiem for a Dream is probably the single best film I could think of. And also how depressing it is. That is a
It's definitely a more
soul-crushing movie.
it's definitely a more grim.
It's one of
thing.
it is one
There's
of the most depressing movies ever made.
There's some people in the Climax movie. There's some dancers that are even at the end. They're still having a good time. They're still dancing. They're having a good trip. It just
wasn't one of them like I think it might have been the main girl who did it.
Oh yeah.
Didn't she say that like she tripped before, so she's used to it? That was like her like
exactly.
That was her excuse.
The Igor girl.
The Igor girl. Yeah. Climax. I need to rewatch it again. The rating that I would have given it in 2019, I would have given it a 4. A light 4 maybe, if even that. It just it wasn't my thing back then. To be honest, I don't think it would be my thing right now. Maybe after seeing some more films and growing up a little bit, I'll appreciate it more. And maybe you talking about it, maybe I'll appreciate it more. I am someone who prefers not like straightforward cliche horror movies, but I do like to have some sort of,
structure. There's not much
resemblance of a story. I mean, Climax is just like, look, people go to a dance, they meet each other, and they get fucked up and really, really messed up on overdosing on acid.
Yeah.
And that's disturbing and all, and like there's plenty of disturbing scenes in the movie. I really like how it was shot. I mean, it was cool, but I just don't need the 10-minute dancing scene. I don't need 15 minutes of introductions. And for all those characters, like all the introductions are so in depth and stuff, and it's just like, bro, like some of these people barely even get screen time, and I'm just like, why do I need to have these introductions then? It's just stuff like that where it lowers my personal enjoyment of the film. And I'm not saying like it's like a bad movie. Like, don't think like the 4 out of 10 means that it's bad. It's just for me personally, I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as a film like X or a film like Social Network or other horror films like Midsummer, which I think show effects of tripping a lot better than Climax. And I understand what you were saying, that at Climax it just shows an outsider's perspective of everything going on. I just think it was a little too French avant-garde narrow type for me. Yeah, no, it's not my type of horror film. Something like The Shining that Noah said earlier, or just to throw another horror movie out there, Cabin in the Woods. Those movies are like, I find it a lot more.
Those are two different movies.
They're two different movies, but they're both horror,
right?
And they also evoke a much stronger, like, disturbed sense.
I love this movie.
I like this movie.
I think the dance scenes hit. The only problem I have is the talking scenes. But like, if you actually listen to their conversations, they're a little bit interesting. They're a little bit gossipy, but like, and I think the point of those things are like to show like
these people are just
the tension, like the tension. No, but there's some tension there because they're talking about each other in like not the greatest way.
Yeah.
Like the tension boiling up, and you know how like some people are civil, but like once you take off that barrier of
normality, it can get
soberness.
It can get fucked up.
It can get really fucked up really fast, and you can see that these people really, don't like each other.
Me personally, it wasn't something that I took away too much out of from the film. And sure, maybe it is supposed to be a very more of a shallow film where you just kind of watch it and you just take away whatever you take away.
That's the point I was gonna bring up. Like, the filmmaker, if you look at his other movies, his point is to like disturb you and fuck you up, and I guess he failed on that account.
For me personally, I think
you personally,
he did fail on Climax. I didn't. You know, a movie I walked away more messed up by. Creep.
What? Really?
Creep. Yep.
I
walked away from Creep, and I was like, damn. Now I'm not saying
a creepy
I'm not saying
movie,
it's
and
the
that
most
is
fucked up.
Yeah.
That it gave me goosebumps at times. Creep. Not just because it's jump scares, but because it's like, ooh, like that type of stuff happens. And I'm not. I'm sure somewhere out there in the corners of the world, I'm sure there's a whole dance party where people get drugged.
Yeah.
But
I give it a 9. I give it a 9. I like.
You give it a 9?
9. Wow, great
give
praise,
it a 9?
man.
Yeah, that shit got me.
You know what's?
It made me feel something.
Hell yeah.
That's
sure
what
did.
good filmmaking is.
Hell yeah.
Our categories of giving out 10. Look, I give The Social Network a 10 because I actually think it's a flawless fucking movie, and I've rewatched it so many times. And I'm not gonna be sitting here giving out 10s lightly. I love The Social Network. I'll tell you this right now. Another film that I'll give a 10 is The Godfather Part 1. Godfather Part 1 is in my top 5.
What about Part 2?
Part 2.
I like Part 2 better.
Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me personally, I'll just very, very quickly on Godfather. Nostalgia. My family loves those two movies.
First one?
Specifically, they like both of them. My dad's a big fan of the second one.
I love the second
one. But my aunt, like, I tell you right now, like, it's like Mikey. You gotta learn how to, you know.
Yeah.
And like my aunt will just quote lines when making a pot of sausage and meatballs.
For a movie about like gangsters,
you gotta know how to cook for guys.
For a movie about gangsters, it's kind of like not wholesome, but like warm. It's like a warm feeling movie in some parts. You know, the dinner scenes and like the wedding specifically, the outdoor wedding shit.
It's a movie that encompasses a lot of emotions and it takes you on a journey. And it's a very like you just see the downfall of a man. Michael Corleone. You see him evolve into this cold-hearted fuck.
I think he still has a soul by the end of the first movie. No. I think he still has a code. He's trying to make the
after he puts out the hit on the other families. No.
You think that?
No.
I think
that's
Godfather
where he turns.
2. I think Godfather 2 is the full turn.
Godfather 2 is.
I think he still has morals.
I don't think he's
in the beginning of the second movie. I mean,
I don't think 2 is the full turn. I think 2 is the aftermath of the turn that was in the first movie.
Really, that's a really interesting reading on like how. Damn, I still don't think he's there at the beginning of the first movie. Anyway,
but I'm just using it as an example of like that would be a movie I would give a 10 out of 10.
The first few seasons of any sitcom are kind of finding its footing. So
I mean, Curb Your Enthusiasm season 1 was fire.
Wait. What? Noah has something to say?
Like Seinfeld, like
what?
They did 6 episodes in the first.
Yeah, it was only like 6 or 7 episodes of the first season.
How many episodes are in normal Seinfeld?
Like 22.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I think the first season only has like 5 episodes, but
Seinfeld.
Yeah. How many seasons are there? Seinfeld.
There's 6. Yeah. No, not 6. There's 9.
Yeah, 9 seasons.
Yeah.
Each season has like 24 episodes, I think.
Yeah. Well, wait, no, I'm curious. I didn't know you're a Seinfeld fan. What is your favorite episode? Or just have a top 5, if anything.
Actually.
Are you speaking into the mic now?
No, I can probably sit down and talk here.
Wait, Noah? No, just make sure you speak into the mic though.
You can see your... No, I don't want to hear myself. Well,
just get closer. Get closer, Noah. Get closer.
Well, Justin's not here. I'll sit. Top 5 if I had to off the dome.
Yeah.
The contest is probably in there. That's like the best.
Yeah,
episode.
that's a classic. It's if you don't know that
I don't
episode,
know any of Seinfeld.
That episode is like the whole thing is like the main cast has a bet on who can go the longest without jerking off.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah, it's a great episode.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
both of you told me about that.
Fantastic concept,
of course, because it's probably the best concept of the show. But go on, Noah.
The episode where they go to the Hamptons and George's girlfriend takes her top off in front of everyone except for George.
And Jerry's girlfriend gets to see.
Gets to see George's.
You can curse, right?
Yeah, she gets to see his dick.
And it's right after he went out into the
and
water.
It's small,
so
it's small shrinkage.
Bruh.
That one's really good.
That's like a plot line in that episode.
Yeah.
Shrinkage.
And there's a bit with lobsters too. That.
Oh yeah.
Kramer steals some lobsters.
But like the whole concept is Jerry sees George's girlfriend topless, so George is like, oh well, now I get to see your girlfriend topless, and so he tries to walk in on her while she's changing, but she winds up walking in on him changing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I need to watch Seinfeld.
It's a great show. Third, the gay episode. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Oh my god, yeah.
He's hilarious. That one's really good. The marine biologist episode is
that probably has like the best payoff of any best payoff joke of anything with the golf ball when he pulls it out.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to explain, but like
Okay.
throughout the whole episode, like Kramer's like shooting balls into the ocean, and it has to, and like you think it's going nowhere, but it comes back at the end of the episodes in like a perfect way. There's one more you got. What about the soup Nazi?
The soup Nazi's good, but it's not. It's a really good episode, but it's not in my top 5. I don't know. I feel
How about
like
the limo one? Do you like the limo one?
yeah, that's
the
that's
limo
number
one
5.
is good.
That's number 5.
What about
The limo
what
one
about the
is
parking
great.
garage? Like, is that?
Oh, the
not-
parking garage is a good one
the
too.
The parking garage is good,
but it's kind of like a riff off of the Chinese restaurant. If you've seen that one.
because I a lot of people like the Chinese episode.
Yeah.
The Chinese restaurant episode.
Yeah.
So they it was like I guess revolutionary at the time because it was just like in a restaurant.
The whole episode is them waiting to be seated for a restaurant. That's
Yeah.
the whole episode, and it's really funny. We live in a society.
Yeah. That's where the meme
He's
comes
like-
from.
Or like he's like, "Excuse me, that's my. I was here first." And like, if you were here first, you would have got the phone first. It's so good.
That the limo driver episode is
Yeah.
great.
Not Jerry. George pretends to be like a Nazi to get like free tickets to MSG. It's really funny.
I'll give an honorable mention to the episode where they're in the airport and George and Kramer are in the airport.
Oh,
and
and
Jerry and Elaine
yeah,
are on the plane. And Elaine's in first class or Jerry's in first class
with the
and Elaine's
supermodel.
in-
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh,
Yo, that girl's hot.
yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Number 1 Jerry girl. You know who else was a Jerry girl? Who's from Breaking Bad? The wife.
Anna Gunn?
Yeah,
She's
think,
one of Jerry's girlfriends.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and,
No.
and Bryan Cranston's in the show too.
Oh yeah,
He
dude,
plays
Brian
like
Kent. He's like a
I
recurring.
think
he's
I've-
like a recurring character. It's crazy. It's weird kind of.
I saw a clip where it was like him. I guess they're in, I don't know if it's like a restaurant or somewhere, but it's like a kitchen or whatever. Something with food, but like Bryan Cranston walks in. And like the meme was just like it turned into like a Heisenberg meme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Heisenberg.
wait, he plays a dentist, right? Is
Yeah,
that something
Tim
like that?
Watley.
It's so funny.
My hottest girl. There's a couple.
There's a few.
There's
good
so
Jerry
so
girls.
the two that stand out to me. The supermodel girl.
Yeah.
Actually there's 4.
He dumps Jerry for the pick.
Yeah,
which is-
yeah. That girl, the girl from the gay episode. I don't know why I always thought that girl was kind of.
Oh, the NYC reporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember that episode where every time Kramer hears like some girl on I think it's Extra, he like
He has like a seizure. Yeah.
That girl that's like in that episode whose car like gets hit, the blonde girl at the end of the episode.
Oh,
that
yeah,
girl was
yeah.
like, I saw that girl for the first time and I was like, oh my god. But I think my top spot goes to the real and their spectacular girl.
Oh.
That girl is so hot.
It would be better if we don't even explain like what that even means.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm totally lost in this.
But yeah.
You know what
Honestly,
else
Noah, we're gonna ask
is-
you our top anime picks, but
I could shoot that off
Seinfeld
the
is
dome,
honestly
too.
one of the greatest animes ever made.
Oh, yo, facts.
So-
I knew you were about to fucking say something like
Thomas the Tank Engine, Toy Story.
Because one day, we're gonna be too old to fuck. And life's too short, if you ask me.
Roger that.
Hornier movie, X or Climax?
X.
X. I don't know. Climax. Did everyone?
Literally.
There's
I understand all the characters in Climax want to fuck.
Yeah.
But, like the point of X is fucking. It's the point.
Yeah, but they're doing it as their job. They're not like into it.
Wrong. A whole big part of the movie is about they're young and they have the ability to fuck, so why not do it? You know, just because you're not having sex with like the person you truly deeply love, that doesn't mean that it's not passionate, and it doesn't mean that it's not, you know, real and horny.
Yeah.
But I would definitely 100%
Even the old
say X is
people.
horny. Yeah, like
Even the
Ethan,
old
Ethan,
people are
come on,
fucking.
like dude, come on, man, like
Oh, dude,
as a
you know what? Social Network is pretty horny too.
yeah, it is.
It's trilogy of horny
Dude,
movies.
Eduardo says in the Andrew Garfield says in the movie, he's like, you know, I'm not typically attracted to Asian girls, but for some reason, all the Asian girls are attracted to guys like us, or to guys like me. And hey, man,
Yeah, with
look,
Brenda Song.
Brenda Song. Well, even though Brenda Song was a fucking psychopath in that movie.
Like best use of a song in any of these films.
Baby, You're a Rich Man at the end of Social Network.
Good one. Not honestly,
such-
I would pick that one if you didn't pick.
Dude,
that
it's
one.
literally like it. Baby You're a Rich Man. It sums up the movie.
It's
Baby You're a
and it's very rare you see any Beatles songs used in movies since they're so expensive.
But there was a point to it though.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's
big
that
vibe.
look like even you're rich, but you definitely don't have everything that you want. There's
I
something
don't remember
said.
much of the song soundtrack in X. I'm trying to think.
I can't name. I can't name.
What
like,
if there was a
specific
Kid
tracks.
Cudi song? That would have been terrible.
Oh. Confused.
I guess there's not many, but like I'll shout out the beginning song in like Climax. It's pretty bumping, and the song hits, dude. The dance hits. Best fit of the movie. Is there any particular outfits? Is it Mark Zuckerberg's "fuck you" flip flop fit for the interview?
The open toe sandal.
The open
that's
toe
a
sandals?
that's a great fit. However, I'm gonna go with Mia Goth's overalls in X, just for the side boob alone. That to me is the best fit. Actually, you know what? Hold on, wait a second. In The Social Network, the girl Amy in the Sean Parker
Stanford?
intro, dude, the Stanford on her ass. That's another one that gets a thumb up.
A great fit. It's a great cut too
gets a-
because it's
oh,
like
yep.
you just cut right to like
It's the
what
cut.
she's
It's
wearing.
the cut to what she's wearing because guess
Yeah.
what? It tells you something that it's supposed to be from the perspective of Sean Parker just in that shot, and it shows it's like
That's exactly what
all he
he's
cares
looking
about.
at.
He just cares about hooking up.
I think I'll go with Mark Zuckerberg's.
open toed sandals.
Yeah, best performance out of this. I think it's hard.
Climax is tough because one, I don't know the actors' names, and two, again, I had it out of all three of these movies.
Easy
that we
one. I
talked
think this is
about.
an easy one we can talk about. Like I think it goes up to like the fight between Andrew Garfield and
Jesse Eisenberg.
And Jesse Eisenberg. Which one's better?
Well,
Even though Mia Goth
Mia Goth gets a shout out, dude. You know,
Kid Cudi gets a shout out.
Kid
too.
Cudi gets a shout out. You know who else gets a shout out?
Who?
Dude, the fucking
Oh, you know,
the
Mia
old
Goth
man
plays the old.
I know.
old
Yeah,
girl?
I was
didn't know
gonna
if you
say
knew
that
I
earlier.
didn't know
I
if
was
you
gonna
knew
bring that up earlier. That she did a really good
Yeah.
job of playing both characters. That alone might actually put Mia Goth's performance in as a whole in the movie
contention,
that might
yeah.
put it up. However, the old guy who plays the old man in X.
I have no idea. I'll look him up.
Good fucking performance,
I'll just
dude.
put his name over here. I'll say it now, right here.
But
Stephen
I think overall, even though I prefer Eduardo's character in The Social Network, by the way, I'm probably gonna watch The Social Network before going to sleep because I love the
Awesome.
movie.
I'd like to hear that.
Dude, you know what? Actually, no. Another great performance is Justin Timberlake, dude. He was fucking despicable as Sean Parker. Despicable.
We have two musicians. That's another
Two
connection.
musicians.
Yeah.
Which one did I think was better? Justin Timberlake as Sean Parker. However, that's just because the writing that he had. He had a lot more to work with. However, Kid Cudi as a black porn star who's hung.
I like the fact that he was like a Vietnam vet too.
Yeah,
and like he related to him like with the other guy and how he was like in World War One.
Which is why I was expecting a lot more out of his death than just a fucking shotgun blast off screen, nonetheless.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like Jenny Ortega dies from a shotgun blast again too.
It is on screen, but like it's just so. The other kills are like very up close and personal, and I was just a little disappointed. I was like, come on, like
Did
Kid
you like
Cudi's
the way that Pearl died? By the way,
I'm always a big fan of a good head crush, so I'll take it. It was.
I'm talking about how like
when
the shotgun
yeah,
blast.
like the shotgun blast, it knocked her on the ground. That part, I mean, it's kind of cool though. Like it's a little funny, and also too, it's unexpected because I was fully expecting the old people just to kill all of them at first, but then I was not expecting.
They want to get away. I feel like I don't know. They had to have one person get away. They usually do.
However, Pearl's death was cool. I liked it. It was perfectly fine. I like the head crush. It reminded me of the Midsummer head crush. The close up.
Yeah.
That is like whoa.
Like I said before, Halloween Ends has a pretty good head crush, but
dude, Rob Zombie, the Halloween 2007, that movie has a couple good head crushes. Dude, Danny Trejo gets his head crushed by a fucking TV in a toilet in that movie.
Oh, is it?
Dude,
I don't know if I want to rewatch.
Okay, Halloween 2, which came out I think it was like 2009 or something.
Yeah,
that's
the remake, by the way. The remake of Halloween 2. The fact that I have to clarify that is stupid.
That is Yeah, I wouldn't waste my time with that. But the Halloween 2007, dude, listen, Junie from Spy Kids.
I know he gets beaten.
Junie
by
from
a
Spy
stick.
Kids gets killed by being beat up by a fucking stick in the woods. That's sick enough already. That was pretty insane.
Isn't his wife in it? He puts his wife in all his movies. Rob Zombie.
Bitch, I will come over here and skull fuck the shit out of you. Like, dude, fucking
White trash the movie.
Rob
honestly.
Zombie dialogue in a Michael slasher film.
Yeah.
There's some fucked up.
That's the only
scenes
one
in that
I've seen
movie.
of him. I haven't seen any other Rob Zombie.
You haven't seen
movies
House
except
of a Thousand Corpses?
No, not Devil's Rejects.
Devil's
no,
Rejects?
nothing like that.
Man,
I'm kind of like that. I'm
Catch
not a
up-
big fan
catch
of
up
the
on that.
Halloween remake. I'm not. I don't know.
I like 2007's. I liked it. It's
too
wouldn't-
cynical.
I need
It's
to see
too
the
cynical
trilogy.
for
I need
me.
to see the new trilogy.
Yeah,
I
you might
should
like
have seen
those.
Halloween 2018. I should have went and seen that.
Word up? You're going back there already?
And come back next Thursday for a special holiday episode where I invite back my friends Justin and Lily to talk about our favorite Christmas movies.